The clock's ticking toward Cowboys training camp, and there's one name that still hasn't inked his rookie deal, second-round pick Donovan Ezeiruaku. But before you start hitting the panic button, let's break down why this situation isn't as alarming as it might seem. Camp kicks off July 22nd, and while you ideally want every draft pick locked in by then, this hold-up isn't about drama, it's about business. And this year, that business is shifting in a big way across the NFL. Ezeiruaku stands alone right now as the only Cowboys rookie yet to sign. That's not typical. Rookie deals, especially for second-rounders, are usually quick, clean, and done without much back and forth. But this offseason has thrown a curveball. Here's the deal. Just 2 second-round picks across the league remain unsigned, Ezeiruaku and wide receiver Jaquan Jackson of the Texans. What connects them? It's all about the guarantees. For the first time ever, teams have started offering fully guaranteed contracts to second-rounders. The Texans kicked it off by giving Jackson, the 34th overall pick, a fully guaranteed rookie deal. Cleveland followed suit with linebacker Carson Schweitzer at pick 33. That set a brand new precedent. Now agents for other early second-round picks, like Ezeiruaku, are pushing for the same treatment. Historically, first-round contracts are fully guaranteed. Second-round deals? Not so much. They've often included only 2 years of guaranteed money. But that standard is rapidly evolving. And the Cowboys? They're caught right in the middle of it. To give this context, let's rewind to last year. At pick 56, the Cowboys selected Marshawn Kneeland, his contract guaranteed only the first 2 years. Same story for Luke Schoonmaker the year before at pick 58. But here's where it gets interesting. Jackson Powers Johnson, selected at the same number 44 slot as Ezeiruaku in 2023, got 3 years fully guaranteed. That's a major leverage point in this current negotiation. Around that pick range in the 2024 draft, players like Kamari Lassiter pick 42, Max Melton, and Jackson Powers all received deals guaranteeing 3 years, sometimes even stretching into a portion of their 4th year. That's the new bar, and Ezeiruaku's camp knows it. So what does this mean for Dallas? It's less about conflict and more about the evolution of rookie contract standards. Unless something wild happens, Ezeiruaku will be at camp. Worst case, he signs a waiver like he did for Otis and minicamp. But all eyes will be watching how this unfolds, because what the Cowboys decide here could impact how future second-round contracts are handled league-wide. Cowboys Nation, what do you think of the Ezeiruaku pick? Hit the comments and let it be known. Y for yes, N for no. Because one thing is clear. This isn't just about one rookie contract. It's a battle over the future of how business gets done in the NFL. The landscape for second-round contracts is shifting right beneath our feet, and the Cowboys find themselves waiting on how far that shift will go. Right now, it looks very likely that Donovan Ezeiruaku will end up with at least 3 years fully guaranteed in his rookie deal. That's the trend. And frankly, it's what his camp expects, and rightfully so. He was drafted 44th overall, the exact same slot as Jackson Powers Johnson last year, who got that 3rd year fully locked in. As for a 4th year, that's a stretch, and Dallas isn't going there. No team really wants to set that new precedent. And so, it becomes a waiting game, with both sides watching how the rest of the league handles business. This isn't something we've seen often from Dallas. In fact, you have to go back a few years to Kelvin Joseph, who was a second-rounder as well, and his deal didn't include a fully guaranteed 3rd year. But since then, things have been chipped away, deal by deal, pick by pick, especially at the top of the second round. Ezeiruaku's camp is playing it smart. They're not rushing into anything. They're letting the picks ahead of him set the market, and that's absolutely the right call. From the Cowboys' side, there's nothing they can really do right now except wait. They've played this by the book. No missteps. No unnecessary drama. This isn't a standoff, it's just the new NFL business model. Let's be honest, This all traces back to Houston. The Texans started this movement by fully guaranteeing pick 34's contract. Cleveland followed suit at 33. Now the dominoes are lined up, and everyone's watching where they fall. So what happens next? The Chargers report soon, with pick 55, Trey Harris, possibly signing without pushing for major guarantees. That might not change much, but a much more critical marker comes July 15th, when San Francisco's rookies report. They drafted Alfred Collins one spot before Ezeiruaku. Whatever Collins gets, that will almost certainly shape what Dallas offers next. If Collins gets 3 years guaranteed, Ezeiruaku probably will too. If he gets more, things could heat up. If he gets less, well, then we'll see how hard Ezeiruaku's camp pushes back. But that deal will be the true benchmark. Here's what makes this one tricky for Dallas. They're usually criticized for not being proactive in handling contracts. But this time, there's nothing they can do. They simply have to let the process play out. It's not like they're in a race to beat another team to the table. Trying to jump the line could actually cost them more, not less. Another key checkpoint is Seattle. If their pick at 35 gets a fully guaranteed contract, that will continue pushing the standard up. And then it becomes a chain reaction. Pick 36, pick 37, each will ask for more. But at some point, one of these players won't get that full guarantee, and that will stop the momentum cold. Until then, we wait and we watch. Here's where it gets interesting. The pressure's quietly building, and all eyes are on Seattle. They hold pick 35, the next big domino. Will they stick to the old playbook and offer partial guarantees? Or will they fold and continue the trend of fully guaranteed third-year contracts? If they cave, the ripple effect hits the entire second round. One deal sets the tone for the next, and the guarantee line keeps creeping down the board. It's a classic snowball. One decision turns into a cascade of consequences. Make no mistake, this is about leverage, and in the NFL, rookies don't have much of it. The rookie contract scale is supposed to be rigid, clean, simple, non-negotiable. But the Texans blew that up the moment they handed out a fully guaranteed deal to the 34th overall pick. And now? The rest of the league is scrambling. There's no doubt teams across the NFL are furious with Houston. This league has fought tooth and nail to suppress guaranteed money. Just ask Lamar Jackson. Then Houston walks in and tears down that wall at pick 34 without blinking. So now everyone waits to see what happens next. There's a wild card in this too. Chuck Daniels, a quarterback taken 40th overall. Because he plays the most valuable position in football, he might have the leverage to demand more guaranteed money than anyone around him. He could raise the bar again, and if he does, it'll ripple right down to pick 44, where the Cowboys are waiting with Ezeiruaku. But let's zoom out. Despite all this contract talk, one thing remains true. Donovan Ezeiruaku has done everything right. He signed his waiver, showed up, worked, and bought into the program. This isn't affecting his play. It's just business, and eventually that deal will get done. Now, let's talk about what really matters. Expectations. Cowboys fans are hyped, some even predicting double-digit sacks in year one. And hey, we love the optimism. But let's keep it real. Even first-rounders often take time to adjust. Jared Verse, a high pick and elite prospect, had just 5 sacks in his rookie season. So if Ezeiruaku delivers flashes of pressure, key stops on third down, and lines up opposite Micah Parsons, causing chaos, that's a huge win. This year doesn't have to be about domination. It's about development, flashes, and impact moments. He doesn't need 10 sacks to prove his value. What he needs is to show he belongs, make quarterbacks uncomfortable, and give this defense another young weapon to groom. And long-term, the future looks bright. Ezeiruaku was one of the top edge rushers on many boards, including mine. When the Cowboys were on the clock at pick 44, I had him 28th overall on my big board. A first-round talent who slipped to the second. That's a steal. His tape at Boston College was electric. 21 tackles for loss, 16.5 sacks, and non-stop motor. The athleticism is there. The raw tools are legit. He just needs to polish his pass rush plan, find that go-to move, that one counter opponents can't stop. But picture this. It's next summer, and the Cowboys have locked in Micah Parsons long-term. Dante Fowler is gone. And now, Donovan Ezeiruaku is stepping into that full-time EDGE2 role, with Marshawn Kneeland developing as a run-first presence on the other side. That's a young, hungry, versatile pass rush rotation, and it's built to last. So yeah, the contract will get done. But what matters more is this. The Cowboys found a guy who looks like he can be part of the next great Dallas defense, and that should get every fan fired up.